Welcome back to Teen Talk. It's your host, Miss KK, here with
Deshaun B.
Your boy DJ Day in the building.
The legendary Ajane Jacole.
Make sure to show us some love by following us on Instagram at Teen Talk Vegas 881 and subscribe to us on YouTube at Teen Talk Vegas. We have a very special guest joining us today, Miss Alison Toney. Miss Toney is an innovative marketer who has a passion for storytelling and branding. She is currently the senior brand manager for Caesars Entertainment. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, she received her bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Toledo. For the past 8 years, she's been involved in numerous marketing roles at Caesars Entertainment, focusing on advertising and brand marketing. She's earned several awards for her work and launched some of the hottest brands on the strip, including The Link, High Roller, The Cromwell, Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen, and various renovation projects throughout the CET portfolio. And if that isn't enough to keep Miss Toney busy, her hobbies include traveling, volunteering, and providing marketing consulting information for her friends and family's small businesses. I am highly impressed. How are you doing this Saturday, Miss Toney?
I'm great. You can call me Alison.
Alison, how are you doing, Alison?
I'm good.
Good to hear that. So I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, how important is it to have a brand?
It's very important. So for me, your brand is who you are. It's your story. So having a personal brand is basically what you align yourself with, what you want people to know about you, and then how people see you in the world. When they hear your name, what do you want people to associate you with? Do they want you to associate you with highly educated? Do you want people to feel like you are, amazing, happy, joyful, like fashionable, charismatic? All those things create your brand. So it's really up to you to align yourself with certain organizations, your work, your hobbies, your interests. Everything really makes you who you are, and then that ultimately is your personal brand. So it's very important to have one, manage it, and make sure you have a good reputation.
Okay. And being the senior brand manager for Caesars Entertainment, what does your job exactly entail?
It's a lot. So as senior brand manager, I have a small team, and we work on various projects throughout the portfolio. So whether it's at launching a new restaurant, a bar, an attraction, or if it's managing something that's already stable. So it could be a casino, it could be a restaurant, it could be anything. And we make sure we align that brand to what our target market and our customers want. So if we built the Link because we needed something that was going to grab millennials, grab younger customers and clients to come and enjoy. And part of that brand, we had to come up with offerings. So it's my job to work with the operators and the senior management team to make those opportunities come to life. So if it's, creating the zip line, we're like, okay, we need a zip line. All right, we need a brand for it. I'm your girl. So we started there. We do all of the naming, we do all the advertising, the photography, the video. I even work on a larger project where I work on the music inside the casino. So when you walk into the casino, the music that you hear, I work on building profiles to fit our guests, what type of energy we want them to have. I work on the scent. So when you walk into the casino, you smell something. I work on scent. So that's another part of branding and marketing. You want your customers to leave a memory and like, I was there and I remember it smelled really good, or it evokes different emotions. So, and I also work on uniforms. So even the different uniforms you see, one of my favorite projects were Hell's Kitchen, because we really got to experiment a little bit, and I go with the standard, and I'm young, so I don't want to see anything that's outdated. And it's hard because you want to have things that appeal to a younger audience, but you also want to have stuff that's modern and tasteful. So that's the balance in between. So my job it entails a lot. It's really fun. I get to work on a lot of creative. The billboards that you see, if you see a High Roller billboard, that was me. pretty much anything.
Yeah, it sounds like you have your plate really, really full. And I wanted to ask you, with your experience in your career field as of now, would you say that getting your bachelor's degree was a big part in your success?
Yes, I would say going to school is a big part of my success, because when I went to college, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So for me,
Okay.
I learned about the business overall. And then I had my focus on marketing and e-commerce, because I knew at that time everything was going to go online anyway.
Mm.
So really going to school, taking advantage of everything they had to offer, because I knew what I wanted. But then I got the chance to really learn about finance, got the chance to learn about how a business runs. And then that would help me really take off in marketing, because I understood the bigger picture.
Okay, I like that. And what about you, Deshaun? You have a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask Miss Allison about the creation process. I know you said you're in charge of the launch of so many different projects. How do you actually display the thoughts that are in your head on your campaign brief? How are you able to really capture what you're trying to visualize?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's hard. It's really hard. So me and the stakeholders, which will be either our chief marketing officer, my VP of brand, the project leader, we all have a meeting and we talk about what we are trying to create. So we're like, okay, a zip. Okay, figure it out. Like you with different marketers, and then you just come up with ideas and you bounce them off of each other. So it's not like a right or wrong answer. You start the creative process with just filling out a creative brief, and it could be a lot of different ideas you may have, especially in the naming process. No one knows what to name anything, so you go down a list and you're just throwing everything out. There's nothing that's off the table, and then you start going through the legal process and seeing what can be registered and what can't. And that, is fun sometimes and not. But
Yeah.
it's kind of it's like a right or wrong attack. I think that's why I like it so much, is that the creative process is like whatever you want it to be, but as long as it aligns to the goal of the project, you can just throw out whatever idea you have, write it down, sell it to the marketers in the room, sell it to the operators,
Yeah.
and they get legs, and then it works. So
I
She
like
said you
that.
get legs.
It get legs and it
you
start
can work
walking
with
and
it.
then it start running.
Walking,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So,
So I want to also ask you, what are ways for individuals and businesses to keep their brand consistent?
I've been telling people this for the last couple of weeks, since I do help small businesses with their brand. I always tell them, you need to have a clear vision of what you want your business to be. Why do you want people to shop with you? Why do you want them to buy your sunglasses or your clothing or come to you for a service? So if you have a clear vision and understanding of what you want your business to be, and then from there, you make sure that all the activities you do align to that, then it's easy for you to stay on task and keep your business consistent. So
Okay.
I have a cousin who sells sunglasses. She wanted to go off and do something different. I'm like, no, she's young, she's 19. I'm like, yo, stay with the sunglasses. This is what you want to do. Why did you want to sell these sunglasses? Because I have a trendy style. Great,
Right.
keep that. And then from there, it's like, well, what other things would you want to sell that's trending? And then she's like, oh, okay. She wanted to jump into something all far off left field, but name it the same thing. I said, no, you got to stay within your brand. Because as long as you have a passion for it and you're true for it, you'll be successful in it.
I like that. Kate, stay on the lane that you already started and have a clear vision. I feel like a lot of people, they want to start something, like they want to start selling something and have a small business, but they're trying to do too many things at once and they don't have a clear vision. And ending this segment, I'm gonna go ahead and let Ajane in with a very powerful last question. So go ahead, girl. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Ajane.
Okay, so for my question, it would be, let's say you have your vision and you have your brand, but what is the number one thing to keep in mind when you're trying to sell your brand to marketers?
That's a good question.
I would say the number one thing would be, don't compare yourself to other brands. I know there's a lot of competition. Everybody sells just about anything. And so I would say don't try to copy anyone else. Really, honestly, stay focused and understand who you're trying to sell to. So if you're trying to sell your brand to another business, find out what that business needs and make sure you're positioned to fulfill their need. If you're trying to sell your product to another person, figure out what is another brand lacking and where can you fit in that that niche of where can your brand stand out. It's all about your brand having a personality, standing out, and really showcasing why someone needs your service or needs your product, and just being different. Don't worry about the competition. You don't need to copy anyone else. Just honestly be authentically you, and you will have longevity.
I love that. And I love that as a final statement. Thank you, thank you, Alison, for coming in and talking with the Teen Talkers. We really enjoyed this conversation. It is a great ending to this script. Thank you all for tuning into this Teen Talk conversation this week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Teen Talk Vegas 881 and check us out at teentalkvegas.com. Teen Talk Vegas, teentalkvegas.com. Let me say it one more time. And stay tuned for more Teen Talk.